Did you know Florida ranks third in the nation in human trafficking? Well, there's a new nonprofit on the Treasure Coast designed to help educate parents and students about human trafficking. Find out more next on Inside St. Lucie. Hello and welcome to this edition of Inside St. Lucie, SLC TV's monthly government affairs show. I'm your host, Eric Gill, Communications Director for St. Lucie County. And on today's show, we're going to tackle the tough topic of human trafficking with my guest, St. Lucie County Commissioner Linda Bartz, and Lynn Barretta, who is the founder and CEO of the Florida Faith Alliance. Before we meet our guests, here's some upcoming events and announcements from the Board of County Commissioners. St. Lucie County Commissioners will hold our annual budget workshop for next fiscal year, July 8th through the 11th at the Haverdale Fenn Center on Virginia Avenue. For a detailed agenda and proposed budget, please check our website at stlucieco.gov. St. Lucie County's Parks, Recreation, and Facilities staff will be hitting the road again this summer for the Mobile Rec and Roll program. Throughout June and July, staff will be visiting different county parks to host pop-up events and activities. For locations and times, visit our website at stlucieco.gov/calendar. Now for the latest updates about all St. Lucie County Commission meetings, workshops, and events, be sure to visit our website at stlucieco.gov and click on our comprehensive calendar. And if you'd like to be added to our press release distribution list, send me an email at pio@stlucieco.org and we'll be happy to include you. We're also on all the social media channels at St. Lucie Gov, so we hope you'll follow us there. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we're going to check in with the latest economic development stats. St. Lucie County's tourism revenue decreased by 12% in March compared to the same time frame a year ago. Year-to-date collections are 12% lower than last fiscal year. However, figures are nearly 46% above the 2019 numbers, which industry experts believe that was the last normal year for travel. Overall building activity in unincorporated St. Lucie County increased by 33% in March, with 1,305 permits submitted compared to February's 979 permits. According to the Florida Realtors Association, the median home sale price in St. Lucie County in March was $390,000, nearly 4% higher than it was a year ago, while condo values increased by nearly 7% with the median price at $314,874. St. Lucie County's unemployment rate has been holding steady for the past 5 months, with March coming in at 3.9%, the same as February. Statewide, the unemployment rate was 3.2%. The largest increase in the labor force on the Treasure Coast was in education and health services, followed by government, and then construction trades. According to CareerSource, there were roughly 2,500 more jobs in our area, a 1.5 increase compared to a year ago. If you work for a local business looking for skilled or trained labor, be sure to contact the staff at CareerSource as they can assist your company with its recruitment and training needs. And if you're an individual looking for a job, they can help you as well. Visit the CareerSource online at careersourcerc.com or call 1-866-4U2-HIRE. Welcome back to Inside St. Lucie. I'm your host, Eric Gill, and I'm joined by St. Lucie County Commissioner Linda Bartz. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And Lynn Barretta, messed that up. Barletta, thank you, with Florida Faith Alliance.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on the show today. And Commissioner, you've been on the show a number of times, so I thought we'd welcome your guest a little bit first and tell us a little bit about her nonprofit and a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you. Well, actually, I've been in the nonprofit world for about 30 years, and I am founder of Visionary School of Arts, and I'm also founder of my first organization to stop child trafficking, which was Catch the Wave of Hope. In 2015, I went to Singapore to do a mural project, to do an art project, and worked with a little girl who'd been trafficked by her parents since she was 8 years old. And I saw the devastation in her life. I also saw how the art helped to heal her. And when I came back here, I was asked by Juvenile Justice to go in and do a mural at a local facility. And I worked there with 30 trafficked girls for 2 years. And I began to get educated in human trafficking. I went to all of the biggest conferences, law enforcement briefings. I just began to learn. And before long, people considered me almost like an expert, and I became the face on South Florida News anytime there was an arrest or something was happening, right up into the pandemic. And when the pandemic hit, everything just kind of shut down, and the news was no longer covering incidents of human trafficking or child trafficking, and the pandemic became a cloak because countries like India and the United States went up 98% in online child exploitation. because when people are locked down, what do? They go online. And so because of that, that fueled the demand, and the demand fueled the supply. And child trafficking rose to be the fastest growing crime in the world. And America is the biggest buyer.
Well, Commissioner Bartz, how did you become aware of Lynn's organization?
Funny enough, probably 15, 16 years ago, I had been invited down south for a panel discussion regarding human trafficking. So my eyes were opened up with that. And then I ran into some of Lynn's associates who made an appointment to come see me and brought Lynn, and lots of stuff going on. It's happening. It's a sad state of affairs for our kids. You know, I have a grandchild that I worry about all the time. And now we have all of the social media. We have kids being introduced to that and being very trusting.
Yeah.
So it really is about how do we help our parents be aware and our children know that, frankly, and I hate this, that they can't trust anyone online.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I thought it was interesting. Recently, the board did a proclamation for National Foster Care Month, and one of the statistics, and I have to look here, but I actually don't have it written down, but I forget the percentage of kids
60%
of kids in foster care are trafficked,
Mm-hmm.
and that was shocking to me. But it's not just children at risk either, like you've talked about. I didn't even think about the cloak that the pandemic created, right? With kids
Yes.
being online more, and parents, you know, my kids were at high school age and almost
Yes.
done with high school. Yeah, just do your homework, and they're online all the
That's
time. So what are some of the things parents should look out for?
Well, you've got to know where your child is going online, and there are apps that you can get. One is called Bark, one is called NetNanny. My grandchildren only have a phone called Gab, which has no internet and no ability to send pictures. So one of the biggest things right now is sexting and sextortion, which is in every school, as we know, is now the fastest growing gateway to sex trafficking of children. And so other children sending each other pictures is part of this. It gets uploaded to the dark web. It's part of organized crime. And people are getting paid for this. Children get paid in cyber money and gift cards, which cannot be traced. So this all goes on behind the scenes. And we're all about prevention. And so I create very artistic videos, and we do so with our School of Arts. We host them online, and we're getting into school districts. And it's children starring in videos, talking to children, and they're called Don't Take the Bait. And so it's teaching children what not to fall for and what the grooming methods and approaches are of traffickers. So the average trafficker or predator tries to contact a child 30 to 50 times a day, like a sales call. But now with AI on the scene, how do you think that's going to multiply?
Sure.
This is why we must get ahead of this in prevention.
Yeah. And I saw a stat that Florida is third in the nation
Yes, it
in
is.
sex trafficking.
Well, third in the nation for hotline
In
calls.
the United States, anyway.
That's not all bad, because that means there's more awareness in Florida. Where there is awareness, there will be tips turned in, and there will be arrests. And we have a tremendous amount of arrests. We just had one the other day in Jacksonville of 27 people. And this goes on all the time. Our Sheriff Judd in the middle of the state arrests hundreds of people every year and busts all kinds of sex trafficking rings. In Martin County, where I'm from, we've had 9 arrests over this last year. 5 of the men arrested. One of them was a school employee, a janitor at a high school. 2 teachers have been arrested there for sexting over the last year. And then 5 of these men had infant porn, the worst the sheriff had ever seen. So the children are getting younger and younger, and it's getting more violent. We really have to do something.
Yeah. Well, Commissioner, or maybe Lynn, what are some of the events that your organization has coming up that people can get involved with and learn more about?
Well, we are out doing presentations. One thing you could do is get us into your church, get us into your synagogue. We're all about waking up the sleeping giant and getting boots on the ground, because awareness is such a key. And so as we can go in and do those awareness presentations for churches and synagogues, people bring us tips, and we form liaisons with law enforcement up and down the coast. When you get people engaged and involved, that's the important thing. Now, we do have an event coming up called Boots on the Ground. And of course, that's our phrase that we use all the time. But it's cowboy boots and line dancing on July 19th. You can see this on our website at floridafaithalliance.org. And we're going to have an instructor. We're all going to be doing line dancing and learning a little bit more about how to protect our children, and a lot of fun.
Nice. Well, Commissioner, I know in recent years you've been a big advocate of nonprofits since you've been on the county commission, even when you were at city council. And recent years, the board has kind of shifted away from funding nonprofits because it is, and I'm sure that was a tough decision because how do you pick and choose, right? There's such a great need in the community, but there are other ways that the county has been able to help nonprofits, whether that's waive the fees at the Fenn Center or one of our facilities, things along that nature. So how do you see that moving forward in government?
I think that it's difficult to pick and choose. I know many of us have our favorite nonprofits. I will tell you I have more than one, so that would make it really difficult for me.
Sure.
But it's all about awareness. And I am a big one for not duplicating services. So we need to work together more, and the nonprofits need to work together more. When there is an initiative that we can join hands on, we should be.
Sure.
You know, I know that I've talked to some of our detectives, they're very busy in this arena.
Sure.
Yes, they are.
And we see today more than ever many grandparents raising their grandchildren, and they are not social media
Savvy, right?
savvy.
Yeah, sure.
So they don't know what to look for. And a lot of times, by the time they realize what happens, it's too late. So I've talked to the library about let's do some more programs there that will make parents and grandparents aware. And that then goes to the children. Because, you know, your daughter's
Just graduating. Yeah.
So I'm talking about middle school,
Sure.
sometimes younger. We don't know anything. We never have.
Sure.
And they're at that age that they want to believe and they want to trust.
Sure.
And again, a child who is already in a difficult situation, whether it's in foster care, growing up with a grandparent due
Or
to
even single
situations,
parents. Sure. Yeah.
they want to belong. So when that trafficker comes in and says, I will take care of you, you know, you will be loved, you will get what you need, don't worry.
Yeah.
You know, you're mad at them today, well, you'll never be mad at me.
Yeah.
They're children,
Yeah.
and they want to believe.
And I've seen it at a younger age. I remember that debate with my kids, and you know, I need a cell phone. Everybody at school's got a smartphone. Why need a no? You got to wait. You know, my wife and I having that. You know, I think it was around. They both were, I think, 15-ish middle school, which you know. But now I see toddlers with
yes.
you know, or like,
And
with
unrestricted
devices.
internet.
Yeah.
And if social media has full access to your child, then that means that anybody can contact them.
Yeah.
And YouTube and other apps you can actually look through the lens of the camera, see into the home, see their child, and contact them.
Yeah.
And parents are just unaware.
Sure. Yeah, especially generationally. I mean, even I'm somewhat tech savvy, but you know, there's still, like you said, apps are always changing. There's always new, you know, the latest buzz.
We just had a grandmother that came to an awareness training, and her granddaughter lives in Virginia. And the granddaughter started exhibiting the signs of a child being trafficked, which is withdrawing from the family. Her grades went down in school. She had a shame demeanor. She had a sudden new boyfriend show up. And it was all the signs. And she really was exhibiting like depression, anxiety, extreme nervousness. And so this grandmother pressed her daughter and said, you've got to find out what's going on. I just went to the seminar and she has all the signs. Maybe something's happening. And so they sat the daughter down and questioned her and kept questioning her, you know, so that she would tell what's going on. And here's what happened. The boyfriend, who we now think was a recruiter for probably either organized crime or some gang or something, got her to go into a game called Roblox. And inside Roblox was a vault. It's accessible only by code. And inside that vault, there were orgies, violent orgies going on with adults and children. And this little girl, just by exposure virtually, began to exhibit the same signs as a child being physically trafficked. And so the parents called the sheriff. The sheriff shows up in Virginia. They haven't had the law enforcement training that we've had here in Florida, and they didn't know what to do. And so they called the school officials. They didn't know what to do. They ended up pulling this little girl out of school. She was 14, just as the boyfriend was inviting her 7-year-old little sister into the vault. In England, BBC just published a story that over 200 children were found inside one of these vaults in social media. And it can't be detected by parents because they're accessible by code. Once the vault is closed, you can't see that this activity has been going on. So this is why parents need to know, and I'm so thankful for you. So Commissioner Bartz opened the door for us, and we were able to present at the Fenn Center. And every time we present, somebody comes forward with something. And that grandmother, by the way, was there at the Fenn Center that night.
Was she?
So you might have been responsible for saving 2 children, and I'm pretty proud of that. So thank you.
Again, it is education. I can tell you that my grandchild, you may not, but when I pick her up from school, I have this little thing that goes in my car window.
Oh, sure. They did that
Okay.
when I used to pick up. My kids drive themselves now.
Well, I used to keep that up all the time. She said, please turn it around so people can't see my name. The other thing is
Smart.
please don't post my picture on Facebook. So I am very careful
Sure.
about her privacy. And that is because I believe that some of what we're trying to teach is actually sinking in.
Sure.
Yes.
You see that all the time, even the things on social media people share, like, what was your first date? What was your... Those are all common passwords, and people just don't think about that. Or even the stickers on the back with family members' name, and my kid's an honor roll student at whatever. You know, it's all little bits of breadcrumbs that lead them down a trail, right? You know.
So they're using gaming, they're using social media, they're using all forms of the internet, and we teach children which games are the most common that they're using. We teach them about the vaults, we teach them about social media, and we show them which social media apps are the most commonly used, so they start to get the idea that not everything out there is safe.
Sure. So again, if people want to get more involved or more training, you have a website? Yeah.
Yes, FloridaFaithAlliance.org, and we're training presenters right now. I'm also training about 15 teachers to teach our Power of Art course to trafficked children. Currently, we teach over 400 trafficked children. Trafficked and severely abused, I should say. And this is under the umbrella of a local mental health facility, and about 400 come through this program in a year's time. And so we work with them, and we're training teachers. It is a wonderful opportunity to affect a life and bring healing. And these are kids ages 5 to 17. Some of them have been trafficked since they were 2 or 3. One little boy said, my mom left me on the street when I was 2.
Wow.
You know, the stories.
Well, and so much more law enforcement is becoming aware and trained.
Yes.
I know that conference that I went to really was not directed towards your younger children, but people that they were arresting, not realizing how they got from this point, and suddenly they were in their 20s, and in further discovery, it turned out that they had been trafficked. And that's changing a culture. That's changing a mindset.
Yeah, yeah. Now, your organization, where does most of its funding come from? You mentioned you work with some mental health agencies. Do you get state funding?
We get
Is it
some
nonprofit
grants, but
grants?
honestly, it's private donors.
Okay.
And we have people that are giving to us monthly and supporting what we're doing. They so firmly believe, and they see the results of what we're doing. They can see there's tangible evidence that this works. And then we have testimonies and stories, and we have the testimonies of the children that we work with. And so
But if
people
folks,
believe in
folks
what we're
feel
doing.
compelled, they want to donate, that's all on
Yes.
your website as well?
Yes, it
too?
is.
Awesome.
Yes, and you can become involved in a variety of different ways. We have one lady that does monthly dinners at her home. She's Filipino. And People come, and instead of paying her for the dinner, she asks them all to donate to Florida Faith Alliance. She's been doing this monthly for almost a year and just seriously blessing our organization. It's wonderful.
That is awesome. Well, Commissioner, before we wrap up the show, is there anything you want to mention? We're coming into budget season.
We are waiting for numbers from
Yeah, true.
our property appraiser.
We'll probably be out by the time the show's on the air. They usually get them early June. But.
Yes, and staff is working hard to prepare all of their budgets, and we will be going through the budgets. Also, just real quick, remember that we're coming into hurricane season.
Yes.
Um,
I'm well aware.
it's
And it's supposed to be a more active season this year. Well, they always say that, but what I always tell residents, it only takes one, right?
Exactly.
Hurricane Andrew was supposed to be a calm year that year in '92, but folks are, that changed the way we do building codes in Florida. So it only takes one. So.
And we don't want one.
We don't want one, no. And we always say too, when we ask people, we do some of these presentations, well, would you leave on a category 1? Oh no, would you leave at a category 2? Well, yeah, well, what's the difference between a category 1 and a 2? Realistically, only 1 mile per hour wind speed, and you don't know what that wind speed's gonna be when it's coming in. It's all, the cone of uncertainty is a real thing. And, we've been fortunate enough, we're coming up on the 20-year anniversary of Francis and Jean, so hopefully we can.
And we have been fortunate.
The last few years, yes. We've had close calls.
There were a couple that were supposed to hit us. And, did a turn at the last minute. Yep. And I'm grateful for that. But I'm disappointed that somebody else got that
That's
wrath.
true, yes.
But now's the time. Start trimming up
trees.
your trees.
Thank you. I was going to mention that. Yep.
It's time.
Yeah. No,
It's time.
I've got my yard ready. I just,
And pay attention to what you're putting out in the trash.
Yes.
That it's not going to be something that is going to be sitting there that can fly.
Well, more importantly, clog up drains and cause additional
Right.
flooding.
So, pay attention to what your garbage schedules are. Pay attention to where you're putting your things.
Because that clam truck can't pick it up if it's right in front of the light pole, or the fire hydrant, or the mailbox. Yeah, absolutely. So, and all that information is on our website at readystlucie.org. And I know we've been trying to do our due diligence, but with 1,000 new people moving to Florida every day, it's hard to remind everyone. So, well, anything else you want to mention, Commissioner, or Lynn? Anything we didn't mention about the organization that you want to bring up?
I just really want to encourage both parents and grandparents and concerned citizens to get involved. A lot of people saw that movie Sound of Freedom, and that kind of helped take the lid off, but people felt helpless, like, what do we do? And so I think to contact us and to find out what you actually can do is the first step in the right direction. The Justice Department has shown that grassroots movements are what makes the difference, so we need to engage the people.
Yeah, and I think I'm glad you brought up some of those examples, as horrific as they were, because it's not like the movie Taken, right? Like
it's different now.
It's even cyber internet, like sending pictures and
So I was having a discussion with our sheriff, and prostitution is a dying thing. It's not long before a person out on the street is owned by somebody, because it's all territorial now. And so, but most of your recruitment, buying and selling takes place online now.
Wow. Yeah. It's a strange new world. But.
It's scary to raise children.
Well, hopefully I'm almost done.
Lots of prayer.
You're never done, though, right? You're never done.
No.
Well, thank you both for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we're going to check in with some public work projects with another project update.
The Angle Road Chip Seal Repair Project included recycling the existing road base and installing a double chip seal along the portion of Angle Road between North FFA Road and Goodwin Road. Chip seal refers to the process when a thin film of heated asphalt liquid is sprayed on the road surface, followed by the placement of small aggregate chips. The chips are compacted and oriented for maximum adherence to the asphalt. The result creates a safer, more efficient driving surface for motorists. The Public Works Department continues to serve the citizens of St. Lucie County with a solid, dependable infrastructure program. For more information about St. Lucie County infrastructure projects, visit stlucieco.gov.
We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Inside St. Lucie, and we hope you'll tune in again next month. If you have topics or subjects you'd like to see covered here on the program relating to St. Lucie County government, give us a call at 772-462-1791 or send us an email at pio@stlucieco.org. And if you'd like to see previously aired episodes of this or other SLC TV programs, visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/stluciegov. I'm Eric Gill, Communications Director for St. Lucie County. For myself and the staff, thanks for watching.